Unexpected surprise. Princess Leonor honored in Galicia, ceremony reveals. The morning air in Galicia was cool and misty. Locals gathered quietly, expecting a routine royal appearance, another formal event, another speech. But no one, not even those closest to the palace, could have predicted what was about to unfold. A ceremony meant to celebrate culture turned into something far deeper. A moment that exposed the heart of Princess Leonor, the heir to Spain's throne, in a way the world had never seen before. Princess Leonor stepped out of the royal vehicle, dressed in a simple yet elegant ivory outfit. Her calm grace contrasted the murmurs in the crowd. Cameras flashed, officials straightened their ties, and the cathedral bells echoed through the ancient Galician square. But behind the poised smile, there was something unspoken, anticipation. She wasn't just there to be seen. She was there to be honored in a way no one expected. Inside the hall, the ceremony began as planned. Dignitaries spoke of tradition, unity, and Spain's proud cultural heritage. Yet, midway through, the tone shifted. The master of ceremonies called Princess Leonor to the stage, his voice trembling slightly. In his hands, he held a small velvet box. The audience fell silent. Even the king and queen exchanged glances. Something extraordinary was about to happen. As Leonor approached, the official announced that the Galician Parliament and the Cultural Council had decided to bestow upon her the Medalla de Galicia, a rare honor reserved for those who embody the values of dedication, service, and humanity. Never before had someone so young, and royal, been chosen. The audience gasped. This was not on the official agenda. When the medal was placed around her neck, Leonor's composure softened. Her eyes glistened. For a brief moment, she wasn't the future queen, she was a young woman deeply moved by the love of her people. She bowed her head slightly, then whispered two words that sent chills through the hall, "Muitas graças." "Thank you," in Galician. The crowd erupted. Applause thundered, not because of her title, but because of her humility. People felt it. The sincerity. The connection. She had secretly been learning the Galician language, a quiet act of respect few outside her inner circle knew about. That moment broke through the polished image of royalty and revealed something raw and human. This wasn't just ceremony, it was transformation. And yet, as emotional as it was, it only raised more questions. Why was Galicia chosen for such a defining moment in her public life? What message was being sent, and by whom? In the weeks leading up to the event, insiders whispered about tension within the royal household. Leonor's growing independence, her private convictions, her insistence on authenticity, had reportedly challenged the palace's tightly controlled image. Her speech that day in Galicia was no exception. Written largely by her own hand, it surprised even her advisors. She began softly, speaking of her childhood visits to Galicia, of the landscapes, the sea, and the kindness of the people. But then, her tone changed. "I've learned," she said, "that true leadership is not inherited. It is earned, through listening, through service, through love." Those words hung in the air like a quiet earthquake. The camera caught Queen Letitia's expression, pride mixed with emotion. King Felipe nodded slowly. For them, it was clear, their daughter was no longer just following the royal script. She was writing her own. As her speech continued, Leonor spoke of unity and tradition, but she did so in a way that connected personally with the audience. She mentioned the local youth she'd met who were working to protect Galicia's coastline from environmental damage. She praised them as the real guardians of Spain's future. That line drew applause, but more than that, it signaled a subtle shift in how she views her role, not as a symbol but as a servant to her nation. Behind the grandeur of the event, subtle details painted the true picture. Before entering the hall, Leonor had been seen speaking quietly with local children who presented her with handmade crafts. She accepted each one personally, even kneeling to speak to a shy little girl who offered her a flower. "It's beautiful," Leonor said softly, "I'll keep it." That small gesture, witnessed by a few, captured by one photographer, went viral within hours. It reminded people that beneath the royal titles and polished posture, there was a teenager still finding her place in the world, a young woman balancing the weight of a crown with the desire to be real. After the official ceremony, Leonor joined a private luncheon with regional leaders. There, according to multiple attendees, she broke protocol once again. Instead of waiting for the toasts to end, she initiated one herself, thanking Galicia for welcoming her not as a princess but as a daughter of Spain. "You have given me more than honor," she said. "You've given me belonging." By the evening, the royal family returned to Madrid, but the emotional ripple from Galicia had only just begun. News outlets across Europe picked up the story. Headlines read, "Princess Leonor wins Spain's heart, future queen speaks like one of us," and "A new era for the Spanish crown." Royal analysts began comparing her to her father, King Felipe, who in his youth was respected but reserved. Leonor, by contrast, was open, warm, and unafraid to show vulnerability. Some called her the modern monarch Spain has been waiting for. But there was also curiosity, who guided her toward this maturity. Insiders credit both her parents, but especially her mother, Queen Letizia, who has always emphasized empathy and education over image. It's said that Letizia encouraged Leonor to learn about every region of Spain, to understand not only their language but their heart. This ceremony, though public, was deeply personal. It revealed not only Leonor's emotional depth but her readiness to carry the weight of the crown, not through command, but through connection. And while the cameras eventually turned away, the story didn't end there. Late that night, palace aides confirmed that Leonor had requested to send handwritten notes to several people she met that day: the children, the volunteers, and even the local artisans who crafted her medal. She said she wanted to thank them properly, one aide revealed. That gesture, simple yet profound, spoke volumes about the woman she is becoming. Not just a royal figure, but a human one, thoughtful, present, and genuine. By the following morning, social media was flooded with praise. Thousands of messages from across Spain poured in, messages of pride, love, and admiration. People who once felt distant from the monarchy were now saying they saw themselves in her. And that's what truly defines the Galicia ceremony. It wasn't about medals or honors. It was about revelation. It showed that the girl Spain once saw as the future queen is already living the values of one. As one journalist wrote, in Galicia, Princess Leonor didn't just receive an award, she earned a nation's heart. And perhaps that's the unexpected surprise no one could have predicted. Not the honor, not the ceremony, but the reminder that real royalty isn't in the crown. It's in the character. Princess Leonor left Galicia that day with a medal on her chest, and a deeper connection to her people than ever before. What the world witnessed was not merely ceremony, but a chapter in the making of a queen. Because in that quiet cathedral, beneath the echoes of applause, Spain saw its future. And it smiled.